disappear again. Here's me putting my best foot forward to try and show you that I am doing okay right now, and that I care about you, and that I feel really bad for being gone. And a lot of factors caused that, but I just want you to know that I care about you, and I missed you, and I miss talking with you, and I actually know what premieres are now on YouTube. So I'm going to actually engage, because I didn't know that that was part of it. I thought it was kind of just like a, hey, I'm gonna be posting, because I don't have a community tab. But enough about that. Let's get into the video. So first things first, I don't know if you can see it's very faintly, there you go, you can kind of see it like that, right? And there's an A and a U and a D, and it says Audels, Carpenters, and Builder's Guide number 4. And this covers doors, windows, stair building, millwork, and painting, and it has this cute little hammer right here. So I wanted to start the video with this because this is a set of 4 books that my grandfather and my grandmother used to build my mother's family home. And they were very thrifty people, so the fact that they bought a set of books rather than just trying to research or rent them was a big deal for them. There wasn't a lot of money in their era when they were trying to build the home. But I just find that just so wonderful, and I don't want to say romantic because it is still very possible, but to be able to, from a book, take materials and build a house. I mean, construction and contractors do it all the time, and they do make it look very easy, but for those of us that, jack of all trades, master of none, hard to think of as possible, I guess. But this was book 4, and I just thought that was really neat. And it's got this kind of red edging. But I just thought that was amazing. There's 3 others, and I brought it out because I was trying to help my mother by finishing putting in a window. I now know how to put in windows, everyone. And we had to make the aperture of where the previous window had been smaller to fit the new window. Otherwise, it would be a custom window, and that's expensive and out of reach. Pulling this down because obviously this one's for windows, and I wish I was smart enough to understand a lot of what's going on, but alas. However, YouTube, love YouTube for your learning things. I found quite a few videos and was able to visually follow along and show my friend who was helping me. But I was quite proud of that. Funny story while I'm tapping on this book. Our little farm got rid of quite a few roosters, and then some neighbors moved in, a very light blue, so. But my loophole is it does say the Black Witch on it, so. Ellerin Gardner is the spitting image of her famous grandmother, Garnissa Gardner, who drove back the enemy forces in the last Realm War. But while her people, the Gardnerians, believe she'll follow Garnissa as the next Black Witch of prophecy, Ellerin is utterly devoid of power in a society that prizes magical ability above all else. When she is granted the opportunity to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming an apothecary, Ellerin joins her brothers at the prestigious Verpax University to embrace a destiny of her own, free from the shadow of her grandmother's legacy. But she soon realizes that the university may be the most treacherous place of all for the granddaughter of the Black Witch. So I thought this was really cool. And I don't normally go by these at all, but there's another book that I have that's written by Robin Hobb with dragons in it. And I saw their name here, so it's kind of like that little, might as well. But I got this one. No, I remember, yeah, because this was the one for Tamora Pierce. So I think Robin Hobb must be on the back unless I'm posting videos, because, and this is a weird mental block for me, I feel like no one wants me to comment unless I have stuff to show on my channel. I don't know why, but anytime I'm like, I just feel awkward, like here I am watching videos and not making videos for people, and it just feels kind of weirdly selfish of me not to just be watching ASMR, but then commenting on it and like poking my little flag up going, hey, I'm not offering the community anything, but I'm still here, you know, benefiting. I don't know, it's probably a very self-toxic thing to do to myself, because I feel like, I don't know, I should really just comment when I watched something just to be supportive, but I feel like they won't want me to. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and I suppose if it's hard to explain, that means it's more just my brain doing the whole imposter syndrome thing again. That was actually one thing my best friend said, that if it's hard for you to explain why you feel bad for doing something to a friend, then it might be just you limiting yourself and being a little negative towards yourself, because if it's not super straightforward or you haven't actually done anything wrong, then it's probably just you. But sometimes I forget that they said that. But where was I going with this? So yeah, I watch a lot of ASMR and tarot readings and like spiritual astrology manifestation things. I love manifestation videos, and I love learning things. I love learning how to do things. You know. I finally saw some of the comments that have been coming in on my channel. I have to respond to them. You guys are so sweet to me. Asmrtists that are like afraid to post on TikTok. It's like such a different setup, and it's a little overwhelming. But my algorithm knows me. It's suggesting ASMR videos to me, and funny enough, I follow the really sweet, she calls us tater tots, her name's ShoeLover9998, something like that. Such a nice human being. I think of little Fern and her bubbles. That's so sweet. But they were opening one of those like magic potion cauldron things, and you get the little toy if you flip up, if you wave the wand at a certain time and tap it, and an ASMR playground commented under it on how to get the toy out because they couldn't. And it was funny because even in the comments it was still suggesting ASMR to me. My algorithm knows me. I really like when they have little decorations or ornaments on parts and chapters. They were in the Sarah Lavenders books too. See, I mean, I just think that's lovely. Are these the same publisher maybe? Harlequin Tea. this version does not have the chapter pretties, but I can see the first version right there, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have to build a new bookshelf. That was also Bloomsbury for the first version, and they had the thorns all over, and I thought it was gorgeous. So it's not just a Bloomsbury or a Harlequin. I had the best thing happen to me right after Christmas. A friend is living with another book enthusiast, and I am staring at two piles, 2.5 actually. One of the towers is 12 books tall. Now granted, they're not, like, no, actually they are this thick. They're not like George R.R. Martin thick books, but they look like they're between 400 and 500 pages a piece, maybe a couple that are 300. There's 2.5 towers because they read so fast, which is amazing. And then they have these extra books, and they don't like Kindle, so they just gave me these books, guys. Like, absolute heaven. Oh my gosh. And some of these I haven't read. Ironically, one of them I already have, and it's the Witch Haven book with that really pretty crescent moon on the inside of the jacket cover. Well, if you take the jacket cover off, it's the brains doing the thing. If you take it off, it's like an embellishment underneath the jacket. But I have that one. So I have another book friend who's a writer and is so amazingly talented. I was wondering if they would want it. If I wasn't so careful about being anonymous, then I would do giveaways of books, but I would have to, with maintaining being anonymous, I would have to like send it to somebody else and have them drop ship it from like where they are so that no one knows who or where I am, like that would be an amazing service for someone to open a company that allows people to do giveaways anonymously, or to that could be used for really nefarious purposes. Shipping stuff without knowing where they came from, or you can't track it, that would go south really fast. But in my head, it would just be for book giveaways and like protecting everybody involved. This one is The Shadow Glass by Chupeco. I love how Rin writes. They have another series, and goodness gracious, I can't think of it right now, and I was supposed to get it. My brain. But anyway, the same writer friend that I was gonna give Witch Haven to before I got completely sidetracked by the drop shipping book giveaway things for YouTubers. Brain catching up. Right. That friend recommended the first one, which is the second is The Heart Forger. The first is the Bone Witch. I think it's Bone Witch. I'm almost about. It says it on here, doesn't it? Author of the Bone Witch. I was right. So this is the third one. Such rich detailing. Their use of adjectives is amazing to me. Everything, the food, the clothing, the culture is just so good. But also I just love the color, the metallic scroll work. It's beautiful. I have no plans of living forever. Only a bone witch has the power to raise the dead. He has used dark magic to breathe strange visions, and when she wakes with blood on her hands, T must answer to a power greater than the elder Asha, or even her conscience. T's life and the fate of the kingdoms hangs in the balance. You follow T from when they find out that they are a bone witch, which is like the most feared, and it is rare. Particularly, I was gonna say rarest, but maybe in this book, and I haven't finished Heartforger yet. There's maybe a rarer version, I don't know yet, but in the first 1.5 books, bone witches are feared and hard to come by, and it's kind of like a necessity for them because they keep the demons asleep, essentially. Like they're these there's another term for them, but these demonic creatures are like asleep for hibernating, essentially, or put down for like a period of years, and then every so often they come back, and then the bone witches have to defeat them and put them back in their like temporary grave. So, but bone witches are terrifying because they are essentially necromancers, and so it's kind of like people hate them but need them, and T is one of them. Very, very powerful, but you follow this person on a perceived villain arc, and I say that with emphasis on the word perceived because obviously, like, you see how they got where they are, and I haven't finished it, obviously, so maybe they are like super villainous now, but where I was, it was kind of unfortunately understandable. It's for the little bit that I know. this is over and we find the culprits responsible, I wouldn't mind. Mind what? Exchanging heart's glass. Then he strode away, leaving me stunned. By the time I caught up with Galen, he was with Leek and Galad in the now empty great hall. See, like that's why I like to do the open a book and test it out theory, because like that would make me want to buy it. Like, what's heart's glass? Why is it such a big deal to exchange it, you know? Also reading, or has read and loved, the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and they've just started Throne of Glass. Well, no, they finished Air of Fire. Like, they are also wicked fast at it, at reading. And this one, excuse me while I get the dust off of it. I've had these stacked here for a while to film, just waiting for the opportunity. Well, not even that, maybe like 2 weeks. Okay, there's a lot of dust in my house. But they said that they saw on TikTok that this was as good as, well, this is the second one. No, this is book one. Whew. Awesome. But it's called Furyborn in the Imperium trilogy. And this was listed. The world will fall, 2 queens will rise. This was listed as, like, if you loved this, you'll love this. So we were gonna do a readathon, 24 hours, staying up, just like in college, and we're gonna read as much as we can. We're gonna get snacks and blankets, and we were actually trying to figure that out yesterday, like what day would work the best. But doesn't that sound like fun? It's funny because, like, I don't really want to move my camera too much, but because it was seeing all of my books over there. Oh well. Sometimes I really like those videos where the people are like moving everything and checking and like tapping on the lens. I really like the lens tapping ones, but I also like it when they're like fidgeting with the camera. Maybe it's just a personal attention thing. I really also like the Reiki healers on TikTok, because again, it's like unintentional ASMR with how close their hands get and the different shapes and stuff. It's so nice. I kind of really like how my nails look. I don't really know why I'm rocking. Oh dear. I might do another video with this set. this was about what I was seeing. Like if that's nice for you guys. I like it. That's kind of sometimes where I'll like lean and I'll just stare. Or I'll have the book like this because I'm like watching it. It feels like cheating. I get ASMR while making it. Assassins ambush her best friend, Riel Dardane. Risks everything to save him, exposing herself as one of a pair of prophesied queens, a queen of light and a queen of blood. To prove she is the Sun Queen, Riel must endure 7 elemental magic trials. If she fails, she will be executed, unless the trials kill her first. 1,000 years later, the legend of Queen Riel is a fairy tale to Ileana Veracora, a bounty hunter for the Undying Empire. Eliana believes herself untouchable until her mother vanishes. To find her, Eliana joins a rebel captain and discovers that the evil at the Empire's heart is more terrible than she imagined. As Riel and Eliana fight in a cosmic war that spans millennia, their stories intersect, and the shocking connections between them ultimately determine the fate of their world and of each other. solid, like, 18-pound Jack Russell. Everyone's definition of cute is different. So unfortunately, he did start snoring, so I had to go and put him on the couch with his little blanket. But I'm really glad that this one is next. Skeleton. The Emperor needs necromancers. The Ninth Necromancer needs a swordswoman. Gideon has a sword, some dirty magazines, and no more time for undead nonsense. Just seemed really cool. So, and the cover is just like, I don't know if we can get the glare off of it. Is that not the coolest, like, skeleton mask? Like, and the aviators is awesome. And it almost looks like it's gonna be a double cover because of like that, and I kind of wish it was, but it's actually just like, I think they're reviews, I want to say. Yeah. It'd be cool though if it was a double cover. Ooh, that's awesome. So there's Gideon the Ninth, Harrow the Ninth is the second, and Alecto the Ninth is the third. So
room suspecting one another. We're meant to be working for a higher power. We knew it was dangerous. We agreed, and I can't believe that any of us here would have meant harm to Magnus and